we also have to talk about specifically, Seth, your Bucks. That is the headline right now, so we're gonna
Yes.
go with that.
Okay.
So the Bucks once again they get eliminated.
What a
And
surprise. Mm-hmm.
there's a post here that I have here from
Mm-hmm.
one Patrick Beverly, obviously
Mm-hmm.
traded for at the deadline. Big move,
Yep.
big acquisition
Oh, sure.
by the Bucks of Milwaukee.
Yep.
From Shams Charania, and I quote: "The exchange between Patrick Beverly and one of the fans in Indianapolis escalated when the Bucks were breaking huddle Thursday night, and the fan yelled, and I quote, Cancun on 3. NBA is looking into Beverly's exchange with fans in-game and media post-game per source." So this is where Patrick Beverly threw the basketball out at the fan.
He threw a ball at the fan. Yep.
Certainly not out of character for Pat Bev.
I know. I don't know why people are making a big deal about that. Patrick Beverly does that like every night.
It is a little funny when you hear
It's
the
funny.
story behind it that like
Yeah,
some guy
it's
was doing
Cancun.
the Cancun meme, and he's just
Yeah.
like. He's just like
Getting
he
so
literally
pissy.
did the ow. That's what he did to that fan. He just
This
threw
is
him
true.
the basketball. That's gotta hurt though. I mean, like
Pat
Beverly.
chest
I
pass?
mean, he's a professional athlete. You know, he's got some muscle. If he threw a basketball at me, I mean,
that would hurt.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
And then you would decease.
Thank you, John Sterling. But Seth, this is the second year in a row this has happened with your Bucks, and you probably have a lot to say. I went into the season having pretty high expectations for the Bucks, especially given the Dame acquisition.
As I did.
So you know what? The floor is yours. We're here. We're here to listen.
Well, just to go off of your point of you had high expectations, I did too, and then we hired Doc Rivers. That to me, granted, we shouldn't have left the playoffs in the first round. You know, but as soon as I saw that we had Doc, I was like, okay, this has to mean something. Now, granted, we didn't have Giannis, and I think if we had Giannis, and this might just be a Bucks fan bias, but I don't think we would have lost this series.
No, I don't think so either.
Pretty sure we would have won this series in 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, I mean, like
maybe 7.
You did take it to 6. Like it wasn't. Like,
somehow we took this. I mean, the game where it was like Bobby Portis having the
Bobby Portis athlete for the Bucks that night.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance. I was like, but it's really small going back to Indiana. But nonetheless, I feel like if we had Giannis, it would have been different. I could just be way out in the weeds on that, but I really
I don't think you are. I mean, I think I remember you saying last week
you dropped 62 and 64, 2 separate times on that.
You had a winning record, I believe, against the Pacers when Giannis was on the court, right?
Oh, when Giannis was on the court,
I mean, not overall.
Overall this season, I think we lost the season series, but yeah, I mean, I just think the Pacers had no defense. All they do is try and outscore you. So if Giannis could just run in, and if they don't have Miles Turner on the court, I would assume he would just dunk on everybody.
Yeah.
Which is what he did, twice in this regular season. But it's unfortunate. But when Giannis wasn't playing, I was like, okay, I have a feeling it's maybe 7 games we win. And then Damian Lillard was like, okay, I'll play basketball for 1 game.
I thought maybe I was like, Dame's coming back. Maybe they do force a game 7, and maybe. But then you got this stuff coming out after the season. All the time this kind of thing happens. It's like Giannis was never even close. And then it's like, oh, well, okay. This just seemed like the writing was on the wall here.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was that feeling in the locker room that well, we know Giannis isn't coming back.
So there's no
obviously
point.
They want to win. Every athlete wants to win. I'm not trying to say Chris Middleton was, moping around on the floor. But
which he
it's
wasn't.
certainly a lot harder when your best player, your captain. I don't know there's not captains in basketball, but when your captain is essentially not
there.
There's no sign of him coming back. You're just a dead man walking at that point.
Yeah, and I mean the Pacers are they're a good team with Halliburton, and they have Pascal Siakam now. I mean, they're a really good team. But I mean, I just really think, and again, that's kind of I've seen things online where people are like, if Giannis was still there, they would have lost because the season series of the regular season.
Yeah,
I'm
they were beating them.
Take out Halliburton or Pascal Siakam. You can choose from the Pacers, and you tell me if they win that series if we're fully healthy.
It's like that. This seems like a seems like a running theme in the NBA in general. Is, I mean, we just saw it with the Clippers. We'll talk about it in a little bit, but the Clippers, like, no Kawhi, and or some combination over the past few years of no Kawhi, no Paul George,
or both,
etc. Or both. And they just like, what do you even do? What's the next step? I mean, we'll talk about it with the Clippers briefly, but as far as the Bucks go, like, I mean, like, I don't know why Doc Rivers has a job, and it's not necessarily that he was like the worst coach ever for the Bucks, but it's like, we know he can't win. Like, he had one championship with the Celtics at this point almost 2 decades ago.
Yep.
Right? Like, and that's it. Like, you and me probably could have coached that. All right, Kevin, Ray Allen, Rajon, get the ball in. Great job, guys, and do stuff. Like, that's what I always love. Anytime they do like the inside the huddle audio, like I was texting my brother. I think it was the one of the Wolves games, or maybe the Nuggets game, and it was like they go into the coach, and it's like, I love the effort, guys. Yeah, keep it up, keep the high energy. It's like,
let's just keep moving around.
It's like me. He's like me out there. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about whenever I do a live reaction of a game, or like when I'm just watching a game. It's like, that's just what I say. Like,
I'm just looking here. Our record after we hired Doc was 17-19. So again,
so the losing record.
Yeah, a losing record, and partly, I mean, Giannis was out for, I think, the last like week or 2 weeks of the NBA's like regular season.
Right.
So you can maybe attribute some of that to not having Giannis, but still, if everyone else is fully healthy, the Bucks are one of still the better teams in the East.
Yeah, to me, it's like, I get it. Giannis is out, but like, you're
some
not
of that still
playing
falls on
playoff
Doc.
teams down the stretch. I mean, like, you played the Pistons at least a few times. Like, obviously, I'm assuming you won those. I know you won those games. I don't need to assume that. Like,
but still,
it's not. I don't think it's acceptable to go down with a roster of, I'm assuming Dame played most of these games. You had Dame and Chris Middleton and Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez, and like, go 17-19. Like, that should, like, 19-17 should be like your minimum.
Like, I don't know. So, I mean, there was just a lot, I think, that, just a lot of factors. I mean, the biggest one being Giannis not playing. I think, again, if he was healthy, I have us winning this series. And then, I mean, ultimately, I think, too, well, I guess we'd be it's the Knicks and the Pacers right now, so we'd be playing the Knicks.
You'd play the Knicks, and, I mean, I don't know. Like, that would be a good series if the Bucks had Giannis, but I don't know. I mean, the way Jalen Brunson is playing, like, that guy, he's a man on a mission.
Yeah,
like,
and that's
he's
the thing,
taking
too,
the
is
spirit
like,
of New York.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley is our only, like, defensive guard that we have, so, like, Dame wouldn't be able to guard him.
Yeah, and he's too busy throwing the ball at, Bob Spinella in the crowd eating nachos.
Exactly. Yeah, so.
Talking about Cancun.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think even if it came down to it, let's say, like, just for hypothetical purposes, we play the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think we'd beat them. I think the Celtics are going to come out of the East.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I guess we'll see how well they look against the Pacers, because they mollywop the Heat, but the Pacers might be another story.
You mean
don't they play the Pacers?
No, Pacers are playing New York.
Oh, who do they play?
Why am I having a blank? The Cavs.
Yeah.
They play the Cavs.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I think they're going to kill the Cavs. No disrespect, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, all those I think they're fine players, but I don't know. I mean, the Magic took them to 7. Like, and that's, again, no disrespect to the Magic. I feel like I'm trying not to disrespect any of these teams, but, like, no, I mean, like, if the Celtics lose to the Cavs, I would get a little bit of a laugh.
I would too.
I mean, like,
but I mean, I'm thinking Eastern Conference Finals is probably going to be the Knicks and the Celtics, and I think the Celtics win that series, like, no question.
Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.